This is Phil Dievendorf from PD Services, www.pdservices.com. This is part of a series of videos on different portions of ActionHRM. ActionHRM is an integrated HR and talent management system, and I want to talk about the workforce talent management capability today. Specifically, what we term to be qualifications and specifications. You may call them skills and certifications, those types of things. But let me jump into it. You'll see we're on the Jobs tab. It's in this tab that we define information specific to different jobs in our organization, and that includes, I've selected the project manager job. This is a very flexible, configurable capability that allows you to define what you want to track, what's important to your organization. So you'll define the types. So you'll see that in our demo system we've got certifications and knowledge and procedures and specific qualification skills. You might have education level, you might have for government contractors, security clearances. You can have whatever you want. How important they are to the job and what level is required, because we can track different levels, different capabilities. Again, all configurable by you. So we've defined a variety of things that are required for this project manager job. You don't have to do this, but you'll see there are some reasons that you may want to do this. Now let me jump over to the training tab. This is an employee-oriented tab, and we're going to work with Gary Fung. And you'll see that with Gary we have identified a number of qualifications that Gary has. Think of this as his resume, as his list of what he brings to the table. And again, you're going to use those same categories. Could be certifications, knowledge, qualifications, education level, whatever is important for you folks to track in your employees. Note that, for example, if it's a certification, you can have an expiration date here. That expiration date will generate email alerts as those expirations start to come into play so that nothing falls through the cracks. Now, what's really important here is that we offer a skill gap analysis. So what I've done is I've clicked on the skill gap selection. It defaults to Gary's current job. Gary is a network engineer. It compares what Gary brings to the table with what we've defined as being required for that network engineer job and shows us where there are gaps. The gaps might include that Gary doesn't have a certification or a skill or something, or his level is deficient. It also shows us what the importance is, so we can focus on what's critical, what's required, those kind of things. Again, your terminology. Now, this can be very important for building development plans for Gary. So this is a great starting point on a development plan or trying to investigate why performance may be lacking or whatever that may be. But also, we can select other jobs and apply the filter, and it will show us that same gap analysis for whatever other job in our organization that we choose. So as your imagination can start to see, we might use this for backfilling a project manager, trying to figure out what shortcomings Gary might have in backfilling, how we might prepare him to backfill. Maybe we're doing some career planning with Gary and he's shown an interest in project manager, so we can use this to have the discussion with how he might prepare himself. Maybe we're doing some succession planning, some forward planning. Maybe we're just trying to figure out who fits best in what jobs from a workforce deployment standpoint. So this has a great deal of applicability and power for organizations that need this capability, can use this capability. And by the way, if you don't need it, if it's not important, you can just hide this in the system. You don't have to populate all this information. The last thing I want to mention here is with all of this information, we've got some great analytic tools so that you can do some comparisons of performance versus skills and those kind of things. If you have additional questions, contact PD Services, 740-326-4494. Thanks.